Oh, hello, and imagine if you could cherry pick the magic words to motivate, engage, and influence your audience. Would you be curious? Would you want to learn more? Well, stick with me today because I want to share these magic words with you. So, hi, I'm Darcy from Stickybee, and I'll tell you, it's the place to be because I help you make it super simple to brand you and connect with your ideal audience. I help you get them sticky, get them stuck, and I help you to get them to stay like bees to honey. In fact, I help you get noticed so that your audience has a target to throw their wallet at. Now, we're talking magic words, and anybody can grab hold of these magic words. Now, there's a few to grab hold of, and today I'm only going to talk about just a couple of them. And if you're interested to learn more, show me in the comments below, and we can talk more about these magic words that help you influence or trigger a sale. So let's talk about exactly what that means. Well, the first one I'm going to talk about is hello. And we all use hello, but I want to talk a little bit about that only 7% of what we communicate has anything to do with the words we say. The rest is transmitted through our vocal tone, which is 38%, and our body language, which is 55%. So you're probably saying to me, well, why should I learn about magic words if they're only 7% of how we communicate? Now, if we take these magic words and understand what they mean collectively, we can tap into our buyer's brain. Now, we know that 90% of purchases are made emotionally. So if we're trying to connect with our audience through facts and figures, we're kind of barking up the wrong tree. So you and I have the power to intentionally cue up reactions in the brains of those around us because our brains have and love shortcuts. And we're kind of like Pavlov's dogs. We experience these conditioned responses in our brain, has learned about kind of just to decide what's coming next. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I'm kind of fond of this, hi, hello. And what it is I call it a first mover response. And sometimes you can get caught up in somebody's huffy puffy. And sometimes folks are so floored that someone's come up to them and said, hello, that it's like you've disturbed them. And they're kind of like, you can almost see their back almost going up. And then they realize, well, they've just said hello. And they appear almost shocked in that moment. And then in that split second, they end up smiling. And their whole demeanor changes. So try this, and you'll discover the power and influence of hello. Really a simple thing. And as I've said here, it can derail the huffy puffies and put a smile on most everybody that you connect with. It is magic, and it's so simple. And hellos, when we talk about a digital hello, I'm going to have a whole new approach for that, which we won't get into today. But again, if you're curious, show me in the comments below. So let's talk about another magic word. And the whole idea here is let's talk. We use speak, not talk. Interactions between police negotiations and suicidal people in crisis have met with a resistance to the phrase, I'm here to talk. And they don't want to talk. However, when asked, can we speak? They are far more apt to engage. So when you think about getting into a difficult situation, and you don't have to be a police negotiator to do this, think about, can we speak rather than can we talk? It has a whole different approach to it. Now, here's another one that I think is quite interesting to play around with. Would you be willing? Would you be willing? Now, it's a little question with a small yes. And yeses are really what we want to get when we're going through our sales conversation. And if we can build up these small yeses, of which I'm going to talk about in a minute, but would you be willing? Would you be willing is a question for a small ask. If you are willing to do something, you're agreeable and you're ready. So your audience, your prospect, the person that you're trying to have a conversation with to make a purchase. This is about triggering that purchase. A willing participant in your play is someone who won't be coerced into taking part, but is happy to join you on the stage. So are you willing? Yeah, I'm willing. I mean, that's a small yes, and that's exactly what you want to go for. So consider using would you be willing in your conversation and count that, chalk that up to a small yes. Now, just is we don't want to use just. I just wanted to check in. I just am following up. I'm just wondering if you decided between, or how about if you can just give me an answer. And here, former Google executive Ellen Lenz has said, stop using just. She claimed that women use it far more often than men. So this is something that you just may want to pay attention to. Is this used just by women, or do men tend to use it too? Now, Ellen's saying that's not the case. She's saying it was a permission word. It's a warm-up to a request. It's an apology for interrupting. It's a shy knock on the door before asking, can I get something from you? Just stop it, she says, and ban it. Take it out of your vocabulary. It's not one of the tools, one of the magic words you want to use. I mean, just is kind of like, well, the meek shall inherit the earth, if that's okay with you. She said it doesn't have any power to it. Interesting proposition. Do you use just in your language? Consider it and take it out if you are. Now, this is a very interesting one. Yes, but. And I've said here it's a word storm, and it literally means no. So yes, but. And it's a classic sign you're in a no-win conversation. So I want you to kind of just think about this, because you can try the but eraser. So let me explain this a little bit more for you. The yes but is a double whammy, because yes, I mean, that's the opposite of rejection. Yes is something that we all want to hear. However, when it's followed by but, it just negates the yes. So how do you get beyond this? Do you walk away and just say, well, that's the end of that sale? Or do you try to use this little tactic called the but eraser? So let me explain about the but effect first. So the but effect. I'd love to go with you, but I can't. It's a great idea, but I just can't invest. I just can't invest right now. You're perfect for the position, but we had to go with somebody else. So it's a really interesting thing to think about here, that the but effects, we humans have long known that in any sentence, anything that comes after the but is far more important than anything that comes before. So if there's a but in the sentence, you can just assume that anything that was mentioned before is not going to happen. So here's a little conversation about how you get past the but effect, and this is the but eraser. You know, Ted, I love geraniums, said Jane. Yes, geraniums are nice, said Ted, but sunflowers have always been my favorite. So right away, we negate the fact that sunflowers are nice. So how do we move beyond this? How do we change this proposition? And how we do that is with what's called the but erasers. And the but eraser is all about, yes, geraniums are nice, and sunflowers have always been my favorite. So you take that but out and use and suddenly you've erased the negative effects of but. So when we go back to thinking about yes, yes is it's the very best place that we want to go to. And so there are some subtle things that we can do with yes. If any of you have listened to Lisa Nichols, who is the motivational speaker, she gets her audience, she embeds the yes, yes. Say after me, yes, yes. And the audience says yes, yes. And what happens there is they're getting little yeses before you ask for the big yes. Now, Tony Robbins says the word yes magically and instantly puts you in the right state of mind for walking across coals or selling a product or negotiating a raise. So, yes, in your mind helps you walk across those coals and ask for the sale or negotiate a raise. Now, here's a really key point about what yes does for sales. The idea being that you want to collect a number of little yeses along your sales journey because you're getting the mindset ready for the big yes. A study of salespeople revealed that they were able to get a minimum, if they were able to get a minimum of 3 little yeses early on in their conversation, suddenly they were able to close 32% of their sales. So those little yeses along the conversation of your sales journey will empower you to get so much closer to that sale. So what about you? Are you thinking about the language that you're using? I mean, these are just some of the magic words that you can embed in your conversation that help you touch hearts and trigger minds to influence a sale. But you want to just use this for good. This isn't about being about using this for bad. This is about moving your prospect. After you've defined that this is the very best thing for them, how do you encourage them? Not push them, not convince them. How do you encourage them and influence their sale? And frankly, it's really all about thinking differently. They've got a problem, you've got a solution, but you need to define that target audience that you're trying to talk to so you can get the right language in order to influence and motivate the sale. So this really is all about getting sticky, getting stuck, and getting them to stay. It's about enticing, engaging, and you've got to do a little bit of entertaining. You want to enrich them, enthrall them, engulf them in this journey, and influence and motivate their yes. So, hope you got a little bit of idea today about some of the magic words that you can use in your sales conversations. And this isn't about buy my stuff, buy my stuff. This is about having really solid conversations that encourage your audience to say, yes, this is the person that can help me with my problem and find a solution. So thanks for sticking with me today. I'm Darcy from Stickybee. You got some value from this. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're curious about learning more about magic words, put show me in the comments below. Take care, folks. See you on Thursday. Bye for now.